Hi everyone and welcome to my channel. So we are continuing with the reaction to the new Sleep Token album. The last song was Ascensionism, which was absolutely incredible. And we're going to move on to the next song, Are You Really Okay? Just from the title alone, I can almost tell this is going to be emotionally driven and maybe be a bit of a sad bop. But we're going to have a listen to it because it could be wrong. Because once again, when I originally saw the title track for "Do You Wish That You Love Me," obviously just like as the letters, I just assumed it was going to be not what it was, and it ended up being probably one of my favorite songs on the album so far. Once again, beyond the singles that they've released, I've only listened to one extra track, so this is going to be the next track that I'm going to do. I'm going to do it in order, and yeah, so this is going to be my reaction to "Are You Really Okay?" Lovely acoustic guitar work.
I raised you in the dark, caught you reading by the sunrise. You wandered from the path through the silence of the hillside. Don't you know I could see it in you even then? And don't you know I was trying to hold back the darkness? And are you really okay? Are you really okay?
Oh, his goddamn vocals are absolutely extraordinary.
You woke me up one night, dripping crimson on the carpet. I saw it in your eyes, cutting deeper than the scars could run. And don't you know I can see it
Once again with the layering. The layering is insane.
even now. And don't you know I want to help you, but I don't know how. And are you really okay?
What an absolutely. Yeah, I had a feeling from the title of the song that it was going to be quite emotionally driven, and it absolutely was. Lyrically, as you can tell from like, "Are you really okay? Don't hurt yourself again." Could be talking about maybe a loved one. Uh, you know, like when I hear that kind of stuff, it also like takes into account like mental illness. Once again, I think sometimes when it comes to these tracks, it's kind of your own interpretation of it. It could be to do with love, it could be to do with so many other things. But like from the get go of the song, like instrumentally, beautiful acoustic guitar work, and then Vessel's vocals coming in quite deep at the start, and then obviously as soon as the chorus comes in, he kind of goes more into a bit more of his upper register. Um, which is beautiful. And then for like to ish really from like the second verse to really start picking up with like the drums and the bass and all the extra layering, and then for like the second chorus to just like come to this crescendo, and like all the guitars come in and all the extra layers. I'm going to talk about layers a lot when it comes to Sleep Token. Yeah, absolutely gorgeous. But I love the way they transitioned into the end of the song, where it wasn't some big, massive, like dramatic outro. Like they just casually brought it back down to like kind of like what the second verse was, and I absolutely loved that. So rather than them just like having this big, dramatic, triumphant outro, it was like brings it back down, almost like bringing you back down into reality, kind of way. So yeah, when it comes to their lyrics, and like especially this album, or like the body of work that I've heard so far from the album, lyrically, like he really gets into it. And I heard a lot of discussion online because once again, the lead singer is like known as Vessel, and he like obviously it's like a character, a persona, and there's a lot of people who say it's like, oh, like lyrically he's probably just like in the mind of his character, and like acting out whatever. And then some people are like, oh no, it's probably like the person behind the mask, and it's like it's their real life trauma and like experiences that they're going through. And I tend to believe more the side of it's the actual person behind the mask, it's their experiences, because they can be too deep at times and too well like not thought out, but like you can really feel what they're going through. And that kind of emotion is hard to just be like, oh, I'm just gonna like pretend and like make this character. And obviously like I think it's a blend of both the real person and the character being blended together depending on the song. But for a song like that, like it's so deep, it's so meaningful that I like it has to come from the bottom of your fucking heart. And yeah, absolutely gorgeous track. Once again, there hasn't been a bad song yet between the ones that have released and the past two songs I've listened to. So I'm very, very excited to listen to the rest of this album. I don't know what else to expect, because once again, it's going through such a mix of genres. Between obviously like you have your heavier stuff, you have your poppier stuff, you have your kind of like R&B rap stuff, and your piano ballady kind of stuff. Even that kind of being like somewhat of like a power ballad. I know some people don't like to throw that word around, but like yeah, great song, and I can't wait to listen to the rest of the album. So once again, I'm going to link all my socials down below. I have TikToks, I have Twitter, I have Twitch. I stream 4 to 5 times a week. But yes, I'm just really, really excited to listen to the rest of this album. So once again, thank you all for stopping by, and I'll see you in the next one. I want to cry. That was so nice.